Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California's sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is going on, people? What's the deal? Thank you for tuning in and welcome to Let's Talk Love. I am your favorite prescriber. We are not slanging pills, we're slanging love. So we're trying to do some different type of healing around here. And my beautiful co-host may be with us in the studio today, but we will see. Beauty on the Beat, she's probably going to tune in into the comments in a minute. But yes, drop a couple hearts for her and let her know, get her tail here. But you are tuned in to the hottest station on the planet. This is Hot 702.5, and I hope y'all ready to talk some love today, because it is a conversation that must be had. It's being had, and I know that it matters to some people's hearts, so we might as well get to that. But if you nobody has told you today, we have to make sure that we are the first ones to let you know that we love you, and you are, I would say, important. All right, we're going to just start adding a word. Even though I feel like every time I hear, like, you are important or you are smart, I think about that movie. So I'll be like, are you being funny? You know, or what are we saying? I got to figure out my curls because they was, like, pushed to the back. But, yes. But, so I do want to do a spirit check with everybody, see how everybody's feeling, how everybody's doing, how everybody's week has been going. Because these weeks are moving along and there's really nothing we can do about it. So we want to check in and see how you really doing. Like, how are you really feeling? And how is this week going for you? Are you manifesting? Are your manifestations coming to fruition? Like, we want to know these things, right? But first and foremost, we're going to give a little shout out to our sponsors, which is Key's Royalty House of Love. This is house where love resides. And Key is the, love is the key to repairing, restoring, and rebuilding relationships with yourself. Not from anybody else. An essential relationship coaching where we're reestablishing the foundation of the relationship so that we can rebuild, right? Reconstruct that thing. And then we're always staying on beat with hair and makeup with Beauty on the Beat. And, you know, I've been getting a lot of compliments on my braids. And I was like, my friend, you know, she braided my hair for me. So she keep me together. People think that I want to change my style all the time, but it's not me, it's her. So I'm just here to say that she'll call me, like, it's in her thought process. Like, so when are we taking your braids down? What's wrong with my braids? And then it's like, now all of a sudden they look fuzzy to me. They wasn't looking fuzzy like 2 seconds ago. But then we have Keys Do Love, Mommy's nonprofit organization, creating healthy village of parents so that they can raise and empower healthy children. that is a statement within itself, and I think we're gonna bring that back around. Um, yeah, we're gonna bring that back around, and so if you want to be a part of this conversation, make sure you comment, love it, share it, and you can call in 702-551-5261. You can definitely call in here, and your opinion matters. However, you just got to be respectful. That's it. That's all we ask. And be honest. Be honest with how you feel. Don't just call in trying to be talking about something from a hurt place. Be real honest about how you feel and what probably made you feel that way. You feel me? So, today is October 4th, and it is the beginning of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this is something that is a very serious issue that is sweeping across the nation that we all know. And we know that it hits African Americans harder, like everything else. And however, all women and men are affected by it. So, we do want to show the respect that men suffer from it too. And then, so give me a second. We're trying to get our guest in here. All right. I'm going to tell her to go this way first. Tap in with her. Oh, they know each other. Oh, they know each other. Isn't that just lovely? But, I did wear pink today on purpose. I was trying to dress up like I was like, I got me a little dressy shirt out. I was like, you know what? Let me get this skirt and this t-shirt and some sandals and let's ride. But I definitely wore pink today for one of the matriarchs in my family. And the reason that my passion is so high for this cause is due to the fact that my grandmother was in that thing round for round with breast cancer herself, and she fought and she beat its ass, and she fought and she beat its ass, but then she lost her fight in 2014, and that literally like rocked the core of my being. I was devastated. I just knew in my heart of all hearts that we were gonna beat this thing again. But then again, you be knowing things that you do know too. So I have my theories. I'll just, leave that right there where it's at, because this isn't theory day. This isn't what you think about it day. We're going to be aware about this today. And in honor of my grandmother, Ms. Dabi, will always support and bring awareness to the community and try to find some solutions, And sometimes when you provide solutions, people don't want to accept what you think may be a good solution. And that's perfectly fine. So if that's the case, we're not going to worry about that. But if you hear it and it sounds like something that's good to you, then you just go with it. Like, I'm going to try that too. Let's see if it works. Because what are the chances of it? Just, it might work, it might not work, but you trying something, So, I definitely know that, like, since my grandmother passed, I have not been in the good fight like I used to. Because when I tell you, we was like little soldiers, okay, with this awareness thing. Me and my sister have matching ribbon tattoos. And I know, I feel my activeness coming back. But I think I feel now there's a different room for a fight differently, Everything that I was doing then was considered beneficial, but is there a different way that I can apply myself? And that's kind of where I'm at with things. And being more health conscious and health aware, and how it clearly shows how different things and different strategies, like different things like that. But with that being said, today we do have a special guest of love in the house, in the building, in the hot seat. I think we should make them like hot seats of love. We need a hot seat day of the month. But when I say special, I truly mean that she is a special guest, and I'm going to tell you why after I introduce her. And she's a Caribbean woman born in Trinidad and Tobago, born and raised in Brooklyn, and has been living in Las Vegas for the past 6 years. She's a licensed etiquette coach, interior designer. chef, and event planner. At 34 years old, diagnosed with breast cancer, and has been cancer-free, Free, for the past 6 months. Now, the reason why I'm going to say that she's special is because we met many years ago, and I never will forget her. But, you know, like, people grow and be like, I remember I met you, yada, yada, yada. And when I saw that she had posted her cover story, her cover picture, and it just pulled me right in, and I just inboxed her like, hi, you know, da, 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 because I know why I'm passionate about it, but she didn't necessarily know that, and I didn't know that she had just found out, right? I'm thinking people operate like me, where I probably wouldn't have posted till like 2 years later. And so I was like, oh my God. I went back and read our messages just to remember how I even approached you, how it even came about. And I instantly apologized, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, if you need anything, let me know. Like, I'm so sorry. But we have the very Miss Beautiful AVION, the MOGUL in the building. You adding? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We got to get you some volume. In here. Okay. So you said what now? You doing what now?
I'm doing good. Here we go. Mic check. We good.
1, 2, 8.
So we won't have y'all saying how she said. It's AVION, okay, y'all? Not AVION.
Tell me how to say it. I'm gonna make sure I
got
talk
you.
nicely. Talk nicely. AVION. Okay. That's what's up. So traffic was a little crazy, I know.
Man, we ran into an accident on the 15th.
Take some deep breaths and push it all out, because they be having you up.
Right.
They be having you up in the uproar.
Good energy, though. Good energy, good spirits.
Yeah. So I always do, since you said spirit, I always do a spirit check. See how you feeling, see how your week has been, you know, because it's important for us to tap in with each other and not just be like, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Like, so how are you, emotionally, where are you at?
To be honest, I'm good. I'm real good. I'm feeling very rested. For the past 2 months, I've been real laying down and energetic and eating good food and in good spirits. So I'm good. Even though with the last surgery, I'm still, even that same day, I was like, all right, what we doing now?
Yeah, you ready
so I'm
to
in
go.
good spirits, yeah.
That body is strong, okay?
Listen.
Okay, so before we get into it, so like typically we'll do a definition and kind of break down what we're talking about, and then we'll get into your journey and your story. But before we do that, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to tell the people something about you. Introduce yourself, as you and as you said, Miss AVION.
Yes. So, as she said earlier, everything she said is true. I am a licensed etiquette coach, chef, event planner, wedding coordinator, all the good stuff. So far, my 9 to 5, I'm a flight attendant. So that's been consuming a lot of my time, and making sure home is good. Apart from that, that's pretty much it. I'm a quiet introvert, extrovert, as they say.
In or out,
right. As you know me from before, you always see me every day, every weekend. You know me from DJing how much every years ago, Chucky Diamond. Now I'm a total opposite person from.
Isn't that crazy?
Man.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't even want to go nowhere. It's like, it
I'm
costs to go
already here.
outside, right?
So if I get dressed and go out, then I got to come back here. Why? I'm already here.
Man.
I've had that logic so many times, and I had to laugh at myself. But I'm like, you just want to stay in the house. It's okay.
And now I don't want to waste my outfit and then never even wear it because I don't want to go outside. It's a struggle. Oh, how times have changed.
And it depends on what I'm doing. I might be bored. I found that out. Like, I might go with great energy when I get there because I'm feeling like I want to go dancing. Because that's why I like to go out. I like to dance or whatever. So I might dance like 2-3 songs and then I'll be like, so.
You're right. And then the age demographic too is so different. I feel like an auntie now.
We are the aunties in the club. Definitely the aunties, and it shows.
Man,
and
you know what? Around my culture though, it's a whole different person. You see what you met. No, that person come out.
I'm on my way to your culture in a few hours.
Where are we going? All right, we're going to talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. That was good. Okay, so we are going to tap into, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll say that again. So the way I kind of broke it down is that we're going to talk about what is the breast. So we understand the tissue within the breast of how it's possible to even get such said thing, right?
Okay.
So each breast, y'all ready? Each breast has 6 to 9 overlapping sections called lobes. I should have put a picture. We should have brought a picture and put it up. Each lobes are many small lobules, which ends in dozens of tiny bulbs that produces milk. And then those lobes and lobules and bulbs are all linked to thin tubes called the ducts, right? These ducts lead to the nipples in the center of the dark area in the skin called the areola. Y'all with me? All right, so, and then for field space around the lobules, the ducts, there are no muscles in the breast, and the muscle lies under each breast and covers the rib. Each breast also contains blood vessels and vessels that carry the colorless fluid called lymph. And the lymph is vessels leads to small bean-shaped structures called lymph nodes. We all know about them lymph nodes because you have them in your neck, in your inner thigh. And clusters of lymph nodes are found in the axilla. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Under the arm, above the collarbone, and in the chest. Lymph nodes are also found in many other parts of the body, right? So I think understanding that, then we can get into the definition of what I found is breast cancer, right? And some of these definitions are, I don't know, like when I definitely look to see for different type of definitions, and some of the definitions was like a disease of a born woman. And I'm like, okay, so what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? I know that a woman can get it, but what is it? So even the Center for Disease Control Prevention said most common cancers is in American women and the genes within breast cells. That's their definition.
And it's crazy because, like, we had a conversation prior, and I said my mom had it, my auntie passed from it, my grandma passed from cancer as well. But when they checked my genes, they said it was not hereditary. And I looked at them like, what are y'all talking about? Because my mom it came back after her, so she had to do radiation, chemo, everything. So what do you mean that I didn't get it from the mathin?
Yeah, something's not adding up, right? Yeah, that's interesting. And it's like, for you, if somebody was seeking information, and I just Google, like, and this is what you get, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm a woman, so I must have it, you know, and that's how you play the mind games on yourself, because this is the definition of it.
You know what? I can say, even what you find online is not true, because I didn't have a lump at all.
Right.
For 2 years straight, I've been getting this real sharp pain in the same spot. And it took me going to the doctor only because I was trying to have a baby at that time. And, you know, with us lesbians, they're like, you know what, we got to make a full check. Everything, got to do therapy, everything. So the doctor asked, he was like, so is there any issues I need to know about before we start the process? I said, well, I've been having this sharp pain in my breast. And he's like, all right, you know what, we're going to do a full check. I'm so thankful that he's so thorough with every single thing. The team of doctors have been linking together to making sure every single process goes smooth. So when he did the check, they found a mass, and it was the size of a plum. It was like, there was no lump at all. So they was like, all right, we're going to get rid of this ASAP. It was stage 0, the earliest form of cancer you can find. And they took both of them off because they didn't want it to come back at all. And they found 6 lymph nodes.
Wow.
They took everything out. They was like, we're not about to play. Because, of course, you know, the history of my family and, you know. So they worked together. They was real strong with it. They did not find any lump at all. So I will say, ladies, if you have any pain, do not take any chances. Go get checked. Go get checked. Don't worry, well, I don't feel a lump. And I play with my boobs a lot.
Okay.
So I would have felt, if something was there, if something was abnormal, but there was nothing there at all. It was just a random sharp shooting pain every so often. I would get it at least like once or twice a week, and it would be like short, random shooting pain. So I didn't know what to think of it until the results came back.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. And so when they found it, where was it located?
It was like right here.
But just
On my
within
right
the
side.
tissue.
Yeah. And it was just a mass, and it was like huge, like that size. Nothing else but that. So it just took both of them off so it don't come back on this side, or in case it was spreading.
Starting to spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That is so interesting, and that's important for people to know that it doesn't always have to be exactly what they say that it looks like. Right. And it comes along with knowing your body and paying attention to what it's saying, because the body is an amazing vessel, right? And the body tells you a lot. Like, it's yourself. So yourself is basically pulled in and giving you signs and warnings. Sometimes it's like, okay, what should I be focused on?
Right.
So we did find one. Well, I did find one that sounds like it made a little bit of sense versus just being born female.
Right.
Cancer is a group of more than 100 different diseases. But cancer occurs when, and for unknown reasons, cells become abnormal and divide within a control or order. All parts of the bodies are made up of the cells normally divided to produce more cells only when the body needs them. And when the cancer occurs, the cells keep dividing even when the cells are not needed. So it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't know that it's been affected by something.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Because it didn't make sense to me either. For a really long time, I was vegan. And I'll eat healthy stuff. I'll have my moments where I, have a little cheat snack, but I'll work out a lot. I have a healthy exercise routine. So it didn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
And everyone asks questions about themselves, like, what am I doing when I go to church at XYZ? And I'm like, your body will do what they want to do when they want to do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to ask permission. So you just have to always keep track.
That's so real. Like, I had to do some mirror work, right? You know what mirror work is? So I had to, like, full on apologize to my whole entire self. Like, bro, like, I'm sorry. Like, I know the care that I should have been giving you all this time because of how dope you are, because you dope for what you do. So, sometimes you got to realize that, like, okay, at some age, you realize when that light bulb goes off and people start to get way more health conscious, like, nah, I don't eat like that no more. I don't do it like this no more. I don't drink like that no more.
Right.
Different things. But you see when some people are born with it, which is great. But then sometimes when you don't know better, you do better.
Right.
So speaking of symptoms, there are several different type of symptoms. And yours for sure was a sharp pain. And it does say pain in any area of the breast. And then there is also to the point where it can be nipple discharge. And with the breast milk, like with blood inside of it. Irritation, dimpling, thickening, swelling. Of course, lumps. We've heard about lumps, but I think if you think about more open your horizon more than just like, oh, well, I don't have a lump.
Right.
Any of these other things could be going on. The changes in the sizes or so redness or the skin being kind of flaky, like that could be, you can pay attention to that different type of stuff. So there are several stages, and I love the fact, amen, thank you to the universe and ancestors and everybody that you were at stage 0. Because when I'm looking at the levels of these stages and how far I go up, so 0 is first. So I'm very, very grateful for that for you.
And for 2 years. I've been feeling that sharpie for 2 years and it stayed at 0.
Probably because you were eating healthy, because you were working out, you were keeping it at bay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you may think that what you were doing was in vain, but it was really
right.
the saving grace.
I never thought about it that way. So I like that.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
know, like it was keeping it. Like it didn't. If you think about it, if you sitting around like as they call it a couch potato and you gaining weight, it gives it room to spread
and eating all the things that you're not supposed to be eating that influence it.
Yeah. So then we got stage 1, and that's when it's no larger than about 1 inch. So I was just trying to see if it said that there was a size for stage 0, but it just says that it's the very early stages.
Yeah.
And it's not spreaded outside the breast. Stage 2, the doctor may find the following: no longer larger than 1 inch, or in the lymph nodes under the underarms. I don't know if this seemed like this so little to me at this point. The cancer is between 1 and 2 inches or have spread to the lymph nodes and under the arms. And then stage 3, it says, is divided into stage 3A and stage 3B. And stage 3A it's smaller than 2 inches and has spread. And then stage 3B it has spread to the tissue near the breast, such as the skin and the chest. So it's went beyond. It's in the ribs and the muscles and stuff like that. So it's moving. It's been moving and grooving, you know. And then we have stage 4 is when it's spread to most other parts of the body, which is bones, lungs, liver, or brain. And ultimately, I'll never forget it. It was my birthday, and they called me like, you need to get to your grandmother's house. I'm like, I'm on my way over there anyway. And when I get there, EMT is there and everything, and she see me. They used to call me the warden when we used to go to like her appointments. They were like, oh, here come the warden, because I need to know what's going on, and I want to be educated and stop talking at her and talk to her, you know, because she's older, and she'd be like, can you go with me to my appointment, because they be talking fast. Absolutely, we going. Let's go. And so when I walk in, she sees me, and she just made a face, and I'm looking at her like, something you haven't been telling us. You know what I'm saying? And the lady was like, oh, you know, she had breast cancer, and it was in remission, but it's come back. So I look at her again, like, I'm still like not in the room with her, but we like locked eyes, you know. And the lady said, and it spread to her brain. And I was like, before I knew it, I was like, no, it hasn't. It hasn't. Because if that's the case, why haven't I known that? That's what I'm thinking. And my grandmother was like, she did like this. And she just started crying. And I was like, this lady. And I know her. I know that in her mind, she probably was like, you guys are going to worry.
Yeah.
That's what she would always say. I didn't want you to worry. You can't be calling off work, girl. You got to go to work and get lady, that job going to be there. I'm coming to the hospital. Stop playing with me.
Right. They're always in protective mode.
Always. And she knew that. So when she saw my face, I knew, like, right then and there. And that's when it was like, okay, this is different. This has moved around. So I don't know what stage she was at, because I was so angry that I didn't allow myself. I knew what was going on fully, but at this moment, I don't know what stage it was at, because I was pissed off.
Man, I could imagine.
Yeah, but she, you know, she fought like a good fight, and that's why I said I had my theory, because she was in a 1 percentile, and I was like, Grandma, there's 100%. How are you in this 1%? Let's get other options. Let's fly to Minnesota. Let's go to the Mayo Clinic. Let's, you know. And she trusted her doctors. You know, it's a lot of trust in these doctors. So when you said that, I do have it in here to talk to you about how did you feel about, you know, your medical team and how they jumped into action for you and put a plan together for you.
You know what? I'm going to be real honest. I didn't trust the doctors as much as my partner did. When she said it was okay because of the field that she's in, and she researched everything. She don't play at all. You seen her. So when they recommended someone and she looked at me and gave me the okay, I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. At that point, I know that I had nothing to worry about, because she already knew. She researched their background, what they did, their stats, everything. So when she's like, all right, okay,
we can trust this one.
right.
And they came in showing improving.
So and they all, for some reason, they all was friends. All the doctors, my oncologist, my GYN, my primary care, they all friends. So they was like, all right, I'm saying to that one.
And they all probably have the same care level too. So did they come from a place of compassion?
Yes, they kept me very informed. They double checked. They'd send me to a lot of appointments before they made the final decision for the surgery. They double checked everything. They said, we're going to have the surgery, but we want to make sure that that's all there. So we want to get every single thing.
Yeah,
so they was on top of it all the time. Even now, now I don't need chemo or radiation, but they still have me checking. I'm still checking with my GYN. He's on point with everything, doing blood work still. I have my oncology appointment coming up. So they're constantly checking to make sure that it doesn't come back, even though, because the surgery was just in February. So it's still a short time, even though I don't need the chemo or radiation. I'm still doing surgeries. I have the final reconstruction to do, but they're still on it. So it's not just, all right, do the surgery, bye, get out of my face.
Yes.
Even after the fact, my team of doctors are still, and they're keeping in touch with each other. They're sharing notes. They have the same file going in a circle. So they're on it more than I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Everybody's like, oh, you look so happy. Oh my God, because I have that confident team in my partner, my family, and my team of doctors. They're all making sure that I'm not going into that depression stage.
Oh, it's definitely in here. I was going to ask you about how your support system is showing up for you, because that is so key.
It is.
And I don't think people understand that. Yeah, I'm gonna move past that one. We're gonna come back to it because I definitely wanted to know. But
all right,
I just don't think that people really understand. So, with this question being said, this will wrap it around with the support system. So when you hear the words, you have breast cancer, right? There's probably a rush of emotions. What probably were the first 3 emotions that you felt?
I honestly don't remember. I shut down.
That's one.
I was not expecting that. And that probably was the only time that my lady did not go to the doctor with me, because I'm like, yeah, it's nothing, whatever. And when I got there, the first thing he asked, because even him and her is cool now, he was like, you're here by yourself? I was like, yeah. He's like, is she coming? I was like, no. So I was like, then he started making me worry. And he's like, so you do have breast cancer, but I'm not going to tell you much information because you're not going to retain everything. Because he knew from the time he said that, everything just went blank.
Oh, he is a good doctor.
He was like, so what we're going to do is we're going to make another schedule, make another appointment for you to come back with her, because you're not going to retain anything I just said. And we did that. And then he checked up. He was like, are you okay? Even the doctor, the receptionist there, they call. It's like, hey, we just check and make sure you're okay. Because some people really do go into a heavy state of depression and they immediately think the worst.
Yeah.
I just shut down immediately. And I called her and she's like, I called my mom first because, of course, she went through this process before me. She had it 2 times. So immediately.
You had a good resource.
Yeah. And then I called my lady and she's like, it's okay. It's like, all right, cool. I don't know why I have so much confidence when she say that, but I'm like, all right, cool. Because she literally makes sure I don't feel any type of stress at all in the process. At all. I'm like, all right, we got this.
Oh, my God. You got me blushing. I'm like.
She did a good job.
That's love. That's love. And we definitely got that. We have to talk about that. But I think the reason why I was struggling, because when I was talking to you today, I was literally sitting there like, what do I want to know? You know, and it's like, I think I say that because it's important for other people to understand on a more emotional level, like what that looks like from somebody who actually experienced it. Because like you said, you can think of or you can empathize with someone, but you don't know anything until you actually went through it. So I was like, what, like, I was like going in my mind, and then I think it had me to tap in, like, what would I have wanted to ask my grandmother that I can't? And I didn't come up with nothing. But I came up with the stuff that I came up with, but I was just saying, like, as much as I wanted to go deep. That's why I asked you that, like, how far can I go? And it was like, I bet you it comes to me when I'm settled. Mm-hmm. Like, I was working and writing the show and making sure my homework is done. I was multitasking. Mm-hmm. So I think once I'm settled, that's when it's going whisper in my ear.
You know
but the
what?
questions,
for the sake of transparency, I do have that moment most of the time at night or when I'm in the shower where I just cry. Mm-hmm. Because I wouldn't say sad, but it's like, I just beat breast cancer.
Yes. Oh,
and then God. I don't want to worry her. She's like, why are you crying? No, you're fine, bitch. But you have to let that emotion out.
Yeah. That's huge.
Even when, like, I'll go shopping, and, I don't like clothes at all. And I won't have my cleavage out and my, see-through stuff. I love my nakedness. And I'm like, I don't got no boobs. And I'll start crying in the middle of the store. She'd be like, it's okay. And then she'd be like, that's pretty. Did you look good? And she always boosts my confidence.
Yeah.
In the middle of me back up. Crying in the middle of the store.
As soon as you're sinking down, she's pulling you
she's
back
like,
up.
we're not going to do that. It's an absolute not. But I do have those moments where I'm just like...
The gratefulness.
Heavy on the gratefulness.
Wow.
Because I found out September, the surgery was February. Gone. Most people don't have it that fast.
Mm-hmm. September, October, November, December. Yeah.
Moving cancer gone.
Completely.
All the way. They was like, we're not going to wait. Let's get it out. Most people wait years and, what are we going to do now? And we got to find something.
Like, no. We finna get busy now.
Get it out.
We're going to have to figure out that team and make them like the dream team. Because, listen, I'm a moment of transparency. I was working at UMC. Mm-hmm. I was not healed. I always have to remember when I act in a different way, that is not how I would normally act. I have to be honest of why I acted that way, right? And I seen the doctor that did her surgery, and I just walked up on him. I was like, how you doing? So that was right there ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I already knew that's Tasha's way of being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm making you address me. What's up? You don't remember me? I'm like, oh, you don't remember my grandmother? Her name is such and such and such. You cut on her like 2 or 3 times. You don't know your patients? Well, she died. And that's when I knew I probably needed to see a therapist, because I was ready to spaz on this man because I didn't feel
everything.
I didn't feel he cared. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when you say that they came beyond and after the fact and still now, mm-hmm. It's like you should be more involved in these people's life. You are a part of something major mm-hmm. / traumatic / amazing miracle. Like, you rid my body of disease, or mm-hmm. were you just somebody who just was there to do a surgery?
And you know what? My team of doctors, they all know me not by first name. Even the receptionist, when I go to my surgeon, they all like, hi, AVION. They all know me by, and they treat me accordingly. Even when I go in for my surgery, they treat my mother with care. They treat E with care. They're always very gentle and friendly. They make it feel like a family atmosphere. They make me feel like they're part of my family with me and not just my doctor.
Love it. That's how it should be.
Right.
That's how it should be. Mm-hmm. And anybody in the healthcare field, I think it cannot lose, or the people who are above them have to understand that burnout is real. And we can't have our medical people burnt out and not caring about the people that they're caring for. Like, you're in a caring field, so we have to put care and compassion back into the medical field. And I think probably the only way to do that is if people are held accountable to make sure that the staff are not being burnt out.
You know what? You said something that triggered accountable. If you feel like your doctor is not making you feel like you should, if he or she is not answering the questions like you're comfortable, change your doctor. Fire. You have that right. They also play a part in your mental health, because if you leave that appointment unsettled, they didn't do their job. So now you have to do your job. You have to hold yourself accountable to make sure you're right. Don't let them send you home talking about, well, no, you're fine, it's just a pain. change your doctor. Get a second opinion. Your doctor have to make you feel comfortable. That's what they signed up for. That's what they went to school for. Make sure your doctor make you feel comfortable, fully comfortable. Or else change your doctor.
You have the right to fire and hire your doctors.
You do.
It's important to do that, though. And so let's see. So has there anything that you've changed or added to, like, your healthcare regimens or methods, or have you put anything in? Have you taken anything out?
No. I can say since the surgery was February, we are now in October. I gained about 20 pounds. And that's just unconscious depression eating.
Okay.
So last week, my GYN, he was like, ma'am, you're borderline diabetic now. He was like, get it together.
Wow, just 20 pounds.
From February. He was like, that's not, when we first started seeing each other and stuff, that's not where you were, and now it's starting to show. You've gained weight, and now it's taking, toll on your health, so now you have to reverse that and go back to what you was doing before.
Get the body back strong.
Yes.
The body is, oh my God. I took a human whatever class I didn't need to take, and I learned so much about the human body. I'm like, how could I ever be so rude to you?
Right. And it starts from the inside out. Everything you consume shows on the outside before you even feel it on the inside. It gives you warnings. Your body always gives you warning signs. Always.
Yeah, like thumbs up, hey.
Yeah.
That's why people, they think, especially like my sister-in-law and them, they be like, you don't sleep. Oh, I made you a special batch of gummies so you can go to sleep. I'm like, I go to sleep. I just don't sleep a lot like everybody else.
Right.
But when I'm tired, it doesn't matter. My body's like, hey, let's go in here and lay down.
Right.
And I'm going to go and do that because I don't really have a choice. But I know we shouldn't get to that place. But I be telling people, like, when I'm sleepy, my body going to tell me, like, we're sleepy now.
Right.
Let's do this.
I'm going to shut down for you. Choose your battle.
What we going to do?
You go lay down, or I'm going to help you lay down.
Lay down.
Get it
What
together.
was Benny Siegel? Get down to lay down. Okay, so let's see. What do you think was, like, the motivation? I know you said your babe, but what do you think from within was, like, that push to make sure, like, I'm going to beat this. I'm a fighter.
My mom, because she beat it 2 times. So I had to keep reminding myself of that.
Wasn't a doubt in your mind?
At all. And my mom is leaving next week to go Trinidad to party. She beat cancer twice. So what made my little 35-year-old self think I'm about to go let cancer win when my mom in her 60s and still partying?
Okay,
Absolutely
come on, mama.
Not. Absolutely. That is, I think, the biggest part of me emotionally saying I'm definitely not about to give up because I'm looking at this woman win like nothing even ever happened.
Right. Because it didn't. Because it happened, but I'm a fighter. Is she shaped like you?
Tall, but yes. I don't know where I got the short gene from, but yeah.
Hey, short people.
My mama she does not
there's a
look
space
like,
for short people.
She don't look like she's in her 60s at all. My mom look young.
Like you. She probably look just like you.
People still holler at her and be like, listen, that's my mom. Like, you're what? Like, yeah, back up.
I love that.
But her and just knowing I wasn't done with everything I had to do with my life. I had to, I'm spoiled. And I didn't fully reach my luxury potential yet in life. So I was like, listen, I still got some things to do. I still got some work to do. So we gonna get up and keep it pushing.
Shout out to luxury potential.
Yes, luxury potential.
We got shit to do. I'm so excited. Because I can feel that. I received that. I definitely received that. Because a lot of times, if you are not even trying to foresee what your life can look like, you just getting up every day, winging it. Like, what are you looking forward to? And once you can see that vision, it's a whole different ball game.
Listen.
It's a whole different ball game. You're like, it's cool. I've been playing short. For a while, but I'm back. But I'm definitely back. So, in your opinion, what do you think is something that most people should know about breast cancer, or the experience that most people would not know who've never went through it, and it's just something that they should be aware of.
You know what? My eyebrow tech made me realize something yesterday. I'm always smiling, but it's not an easy walk. It's painful. Before I saw her yesterday, I saw her 2 weeks ago, and she didn't even know I had drain tubes at my side. She just found out yesterday that I had breast cancer.
Wait a minute. So, are you laid back?
Uh-huh.
Is she threading or is she
Threading.
waxing?
Threading. And she did not know I saw her with tubes on my side.
Wow.
I got cussed out numerous times to sit still because I had to. After the surgery, one side got infected with the expander, so they had to redo it. So that's how I ended up with tubes last week still. And it's not an easy walk. You have to, because you never know how much you use this back muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Until you had...
I realized, and not to be funny, but y'all know I'm a little goofy, but I realized that's how our boobs kind of sag, because we don't... You know how most men are working on their pecs. So it's like, oh my God, like
even
Tasha,
women who work out, their breasts shrink because that muscle is being worked on.
It's being pulled.
Even getting up from the bed, you realize laying on even your side, sitting up from laying down on your back on your side, you have to use that muscle.
Yeah.
So for a good 2 weeks, I had to have help lifting me up from sleeping. So I'll try to sit up and sleep, which is super uncomfortable, but by the time in the morning I'm already laying down, like, how did I get down here? So the struggle to actually get me up is so painful. It's such a painful process.
Yeah.
And every time I walk outside, it's like you can never tell at all. My mom had to help me shower, my lady had to help me shower. I'm like, I have piercings everywhere, so now my mom have to help me shower, and she's seen all these piercings.
She probably like, I understand.
She knows
that
her
you
daughter.
are my child.
I'm a nudist, so she saw it before. I walk around the house naked, so she knew. But now as an adult, now your mom have to shower you again. Now I knew when she went through when we had to do the same thing with her emotions, because you don't understand, as you said earlier, until that role is reversed. When we was making sure she was okay after her surgeries, making sure she used the restroom okay and showering okay and brushing her teeth and grooming her hair and stuff. Now I could stand in her shoes and know what it feels like. I'm just laying there and I can't do anything. And then when I do want to get up, let me clean the room and doing this, you're working that muscle. So now my bag is draining more because I'm moving my arm. So I just have to lay there and just...
So was it healthier for it to drain more or just normal?
Not drain at all. The goal is the less liquid come out, the faster it's healing. So once I'm moving around, I'm not giving it time to heal. Now that liquid is building up and coming out. So the goal is for the liquid not to come out at all. The less, the better. That's the only way they will take it out. When it's about 5 ml, like, all right, now it's time to come out. Once it starts building back up to 20 and 25, they're like, what are you doing? Sitting down somewhere.
Moving around. So the rest
is important.
And restoration is the most important. Because your body is repairing itself, and it does that. But you do have to give it time and be patient. So I think that's important for people to know. Like, they see you out, they see you beaming because you all on your live, like,
right, and they have no idea how much pain I'm in. No clue. I'm walking
even when
around.
I saw you recently, I was wondering, and so when I hugged you, I came in like, and I was like,
I was in pain that day too,
because
I just got it. They put the what's it called?
And you was looking fire as God. I was like, damn.
They had to put the saline in there that same morning, and I posted it, and so it was stretched. So I had to get it comfortable again and play with it and massage it. So you would have seen me like moving around and I'm trying to be, awkward in public.
Isn't it amazing? That's why it's so important to tap in with people, because intentionally, because it's crazy how, and I'm not going to just say just women, but we operate in a space of being okay while we're not okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy as hell because because maybe I'm a big ass empath. I was like, I was like watching you and you over here. It was like, okay, we're going to play cards or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's like, then I was like, no, I thought you just said. But we do it with grace and we do it with a smile on our face. So I get and understand why people sometimes be like, well, I thought you were okay. Like, no, I wasn't.
And when I get home, she'd be like, go lay down.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Go lay down. You gotta rest.
And you listen.
Like, tomorrow, you're not doing nothing. You gotta rest because it has to. All that activity, it has to get back used to it slowly, and otherwise it wouldn't heal at all.
Don't rush it.
So now they're taking their time again, so they don't get infected. I'm actually listening.
Listening is key. Okay.
Sitting my butt still.
It's hard though when you are used to being a certain kind of way. It's almost like when you get older and your independence gets taken away or something happens tragic. So it makes sense. It'd be the smallest thing. Like, but I just want to pick that piece of lint up off the floor, and I can't get it.
Man.
So it drives you literally
like she know me,
insane. When I had a surgery, that was literally my experience. And then I learned like a little roll and tuck method.
Right.
But then I was getting caught because I was like, all right, well, if I go with the crutches and wear baggy stuff with pockets, I was having cereal trails.
That was such
Did you
a
get
hard
up? I'm like,
part.
no, I didn't get up. You did get up because there's cereal on the floor.
Listen, the clothing part, having to find clothes that's not tight in this area and button it up in front, and then I got to make sure the bag is secured. And like actually being comfortable with how you look outside, because you know me, I'm and my fashion.
Let's speak of fashion real quick because we at the end. Tell them about what you got going on.
Ooh, listen. One, if you follow me, if you don't, AVION the MOGUL, I just launched a line with tagged up apparel. I had to beg her to do this for me. It's called, as I told you guys earlier, I'm a flight attendant. It's called Cancer Choose the Wrong Flight Attendant. Cancer Pick the Wrong Flight Attendant. And #We Fly Together. So if you want to go see this on my page, AVION the MOGUL is on the Tagged Up Apparel page as well, taggedupapparel.com, or Tagged Up Apparel on Instagram or any social media platform. It's everywhere.
That's right.
Apparel.
If you want to Miss Love Dr. Shirt, let me know.
Yes.
But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for being my guest of love today. I definitely appreciate you sharing your story and your journey with us because that is really near and dear to my heart.
Of course,
so thank you so much. And y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. And if you got something on your heart, let us know. We can talk about it. But until then, make sure you have a wonderful week. Peace out.